Hello. Hello, can you hear me? Apakah suaraku bisa didengar? Hello, hello. Yes, dengar. Oke, thank you. Jawabannya semuanya. There's Ariel. Going to sleep, but I'll be lurking. Have a nice stream. Sure, son. Okay, no problem, Ariel. Thank you for coming, everyone. This is Ariel, Noriboshi Ariel. She's also a VTuber, and she makes music like I do, and she makes awesome metal music. So you should check her out. Nice. Okay, so let me try to greet some of you who have been here since the waiting room. Aku coba sapa dulu satu-satu ya. Ada dari awal Jubelanita Rosalinda Panggabian, interesting. Halo, ada Humble, ada Satya Pranata, ada Liloch, ada Muhammad Afrijal, Nix, Mura, ada Triarta atau Triarta itu? Triarta ya. Oke, ada Rashad juga, ada Panjen, ada Ureisang, kita kira arigato, ada Ancient Universe, Frogzeko, Google, Rakesh, and Memora. Halo semuanya. Thank you for coming. This is the virtual musician from the moon, Bobby Moonlight, and I am here today. We'll be streaming what we call a LeetCode. Hi Darren, Darren Joyoy. Thank you for coming. So, I see some of you asking on live chat earlier on the waiting room, what is LeetCode? What are we going to do today? LeetCode itu apa sih? Kita bakal ngapain hari ini ya? Jadi sederhananya ya. Jadi website yang aku lagi buka di depan aku ini, yang bukan di depan nih, di belakang ya. Di belakang aku ini adalah namanya LeetCode. So this website that is open right now is called LeetCode. This is a website where you can practice your programming skills. So I made a promise on my debut stream that I will be doing programming streams alongside any other gaming or music streams. But there is a catch. This website doesn't really teach you the basics of programming. So as Nick said on chat, maybe if you want to learn the basic, you can go to W3 School, especially for web development, or maybe Codecademy, another platform that is intended for you to learn programming from bottom up. LeetCode is basically kind of like Duolingo, but it is intended for you to prepare for either competitive programming or job interviews. Yes, Sensei. Should I pay my tuition fees? No. This is free. This is a free because actually this is not really me teaching. As the title suggests, this will be me practicing because I have not done this more than a year now. So I think my skill is kind of a bit rusty. So I will be also learning from the bottom up as well. But yeah, I think so. I suppose that some of you will have a bit of confusion when I'm doing this, because this expects some basic programming knowledge, which I won't go into details in this stream. But I think it will be fun. So why do I say it will be fun? Because it is basically kind of like problem solving, like puzzles. So it's solving puzzles with programming. It will become apparent when I try to open one of these problems, right? But yeah, hope it will be interesting enough for you to accompany me practicing my programming skills once again. So yeah, just to give a short walk around for this website. This website has several study plans. Like if you want to learn SQL, like databases, you want to learn specifically about binary search, for example, algorithms. 14-day study plan to crack algorithms. 2-week study plan to tackle data science. So if you are also interested in data science, that this website has what you may need to prepare. And I think I need to add a disclaimer. I'm not sponsored by LeetCode, but this has been one of the de facto sites to use when you want to prepare for interviews or such things. So yeah. So, you know what? Without further ado, let's try to look on what kind of problems that we want to solve in LeetCode. I think today I will be, at least for the start of the stream, I will be limiting for the difficulty easy problems. Because, yeah, as I said, I haven't done this for a long time, and I think if I jump to the medium or hard, I might be, there's a high chance that I might be stuck. So, let's see if I can actually still solve the easy solutions. So, let's try this. This is a problem called twosome. Okay, so sorry about the sudden light mode, but yeah. Apparently this page doesn't have a dark mode, so I cannot turn it to dark mode. But yeah, anyway, so what LeetCode gives you is a problem statement on the left side of the screen. Stuck itu udah jadi makanan sehari-hari, betul sekali, betul sekali. So yeah, on the left side is a problem statement. So there's the title here, twosome. There's the difficulty. Hello, Robbie. I'm not Robbie Fifi, but thank you for coming. Hello. This is Bobby. And Riku Dola, halo bang, halo. Thank you sudah datang ya. Okay. So, okay. Let me actually try to reduce the BGM for a bit so that you can listen to me a bit better. Halo Hana, halo. Terima kasih sudah datang. Thank you for coming. Hope you will enjoy the stream. So yeah, on the left side is the problem statement. Like the problem is twosome. There are 32,000 people liking this problem and 1,000 people disliking this problem for whatever reason. There's also a discuss tab here, so people after solving, like before or after solving, there will be place where you can actually discuss the problem and the solution. And this is like, if you have a submission, then it will be listed here, but I haven't really done any submissions, so I haven't really have anything on this tab. So let's jump into the problem. This is a very specific programming problem. So given an array of integers, nums, so nums here is a variable name. And an integer target. So array is kind of like a list of something. Like let me try to clarify the term. So if I have like this, like for example, imagine four persons lining up on the on one queue. So there's person 1, person 2, person 3, and person 4. Then that line of people is called a list. They're like sets, huh? So the difference between an array or list with a set is that lists or arrays are ordered. So they have a specific order. So in this particular array, 1 is actually the first order, 2 is on the second order, and those kind of things. While set is actually don't have order in it. Like if we have a set of 1, 2, 3, 4, they're basically just elements of the set. They don't have any particular ordering into it. So yeah. So here we have an array of integers. Integers just mean like numbers, whole numbers. Whole numbers that can be positive or negative. So for example, yeah, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1 million, those kind of things. Good luck, Dokuma, thank you for coming. And Andrew as well, hello, thank you for coming. You're gonna use Java programming language? Yes, I am more confident on doing this kind of things in Java. So I will be using Java, but yeah, as you can see, LeetCode actually provides you to use any language that you are familiar with. Like there's C++, Python, C#, JavaScript, Ruby, Swift, Go, Kotlin, even like Erlang or Elixir. There's available here. So we have an array of integer nums and an integer target. It is shown in the method signature here. We receive an array of integer nums and a target. You may assume that each input will have exactly one solution, and you may return indices of the two numbers such that they add up to target. Berasa kuliah programming Unpas tapi anime. C# gang, oh nice. I haven't really used C# that much. I mainly use Java, but I think they share a really they share many similarities in terms of syntax, although, well, libraries and whatnot will be different, but yeah. So yeah, we are given examples. So just to reiterate the problem, given an array of integer nums and an integer target, return indices of the two numbers such that they add up to target. So let's jump into the example. Let's say here, we have a list of numbers here, 2, 7, 11, and 15. And Wildan Sani, bercandanya jangan gitu ya, maaf ya, aku delete ya. Bercandanya tolong lihat rules ya. The idea here is to find two numbers in this list that adds up, that sums. Like if you add those two numbers, it will become target. I'm reading this problem, and all I can think about is time complexities. Well, that's the point, right? We need to solve this in the most efficient way, right? So let's say 2, 7, 11, 15, target 9. So if we don't know programming, but we are given this problem, then we can actually just see, right? Okay, are there any two numbers here that when we add them together, they give 9? And of course, we can see that there is. 2 plus 7 is 9, right? So we return 0 and 1, where 0 is the index of the 2, and 1 is the index of the 7, right? 2 and 7. Yeah, so indexing on an array starts from 0. So this is the 0th element. Like for example, if we compare use the same numbers. Yeah, so this is the 0th element. This is the first element with index 0. This is the second element with the index 1 and 2 and 3. So yeah, indexing starts at 0. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so 0, 1, 2, 3. This will be, so that is why the output here is 0 and 1, because yeah, 2 and 7 is the index 0 and 1 for the problem. Because nums 0 and nums 1 plus nums 1 equals 9, so we return 0 and 1. The same thing for the examples here, 3, 2, 4. So as you can see, the elements are not ordered, like they are not sorted from the lowest number to the highest number. No, but they can be random numbers. And 3, 2, 4, and the target is 6. So the two numbers that can add up to 6 will be 2 and 4, right? So 2 and 4, and that is the element at index 1 and index 2. And also the last time there's a 3 and 3, target 6, there's 0, 1. Okay, yeah, so I think that should be pretty clear. And we have, this is very specific, we have some constraints here, like the length of the list, like this 2, 7, 11, 15, 3, 2, 4, and 3, 3. The length of that is not more than 10 to the power of 8, which is like 10,000, right? Basically, you just like put 4 zeros behind it. So there are no more than like 10,000 elements, and the value of each index will be from minus 10 to the power of 9 and up to 10 to the power of 9. So I think that means we still fit the integer type. And also the same as target. So this only means that, okay, we will only deal with 10,000 elements, and each of the elements will be within the range of an integer, which within the range of an integer memory. Yep. And this is a very helpful hint. Only one valid answer exists, and would have exactly one solution. That means we won't need to handle like weird cases where actually there are no numbers in the list which can add up to target. So we can assume, we can confirm that any target will have a solution, right? So that's enough of the problem. Let's try to actually solve it. Can you actually, should I actually increase this? Okay, yeah, let's just make it a bit bigger. With coding, hello Firiel. Thank you for coming. The follow-up question, yes, the follow-up question. Can you come up with? Okay, so but we'll go to them later. So okay, how should we solve this? Is there anyone in the chat that can guess how can we solve this? Thanks for the explanation. In all seriousness, you might actually help me with coding. Well, I will be glad to help. I think that's my goal, is to help people going into programming. Okay, Adam B says looping, and that is actually correct. One of the solution that we can use to solve this problem is that, you know, we'll just go through the elements one by one and check if any of them are actually the solution, right? So we first check one and go through the other list. Is there any elements that when we add them, we actually have the target, right? So yeah, as Riel said, sequential search, but the complexity will be n squared, right? That's correct. Searching for the correct pair, yes, Memora, that is exactly the point. So yeah, sequential search would work. So how about let's try to solve that with sequential search. So the way we do this is that we will have a looping. We will create a single loop here, like for I until nums.length, and so this loop will check each element one by one, and we will have another loop to actually search for the other part of the two sum of the number, right? So for example, we have another loop here, j. We are looping to nums.length as well, j++. Now for if you are familiar with programming, you can see that actually my I and j here is not really optimized because I start j from 0. Well, if you're actually detailed enough, if you can see that if we have checked like 2 with 7, 11, 15, and when we want to check 7, we don't need to actually check 2 again, right? We don't need to compare the previous one. So we can actually just compare from the numbers after the I, right? So we can actually start this from I plus 1. So the next number of the I, like for example, if we start searching for 2, then we check for just index 1, 2, 3, so 7, 11, 15. And when we start from 11, index 2, we only start from 2 plus 1, 3, so index 3. So we will only check for 15. So we already have these two loops. What do we need to do then? We can just do something like this. We're going to check if nums at I plus num plus j, plus nums at j, at index j, is equal to target. Then what do we need? We are going to return how do you actually create I forgot. Okay, new int I and j. Okay, I think it should be it. And for completeness sake, we are guaranteed that we have one solution, but this is actually just the... Yeah, real. If num I plus num j is equal target, right? That's the condition that we're looking for. So we're going to return a dummy solution here, just so that the compiler doesn't complain to us. So yeah, we're searching for each element, and if the two numbers that we're currently checking right now is equal to target, then we will return those indexes. But if this condition is not true, then we will continue the loop until we find any target. So we can actually, in LeetCode, I just realized that I covered I covered the buttons. But yeah, actually there's two buttons here, run code and submit. So yeah, I think I will still cover it with my body because I have no space. But yeah, I will be running. I will tell you which button did I press and during this time. So let me try to press run code. Run code will actually try to run your code with a specific test cases. Like for example, let's do this. Okay, our solution is accepted. So if we if the input 2, 7, 11, 15 is equal to 9, we will output 0 and 1, right? So this means that we are already solving the first problem, right? And what about if we change it to be the second problem? So it will be what 3, 2, 4. And the target is 6, right? We are going to run code. It should give us 1 and 2. Submit button is scary. Okay, 1 and 2. That is correct too. How about let's for comprehension for completion's sake, we'll check the last one. 3, 3, 9. It will be 1 and 0. Okay, that is accepted as well. How about we try to think, like, if we're doing this kind of thing, the test case, the examples given are not exactly the test case, all of the test case, so we need to come up with, is there any other cases that will actually be possible for this problem? Like for example, all of the examples here are separated by only 1, so 0, 1, 1, 2, 1, 0, 1. So what about if we actually do something that give a solution, but they're like far apart or in the middle of the array? Like for example, we have like 8, 2, 4, 5, 7, 1, 9, 3, 4. And 10, for example. And we're going to be looking like, for example, how about 7 plus 10? 7 plus 10 is 17, right? Uriel Celestine, hello. Sorry if this queue has been asked, but what website is this? This is LeetCode. This is, you can see on the bottom left on the screen, there's a programming LeetCode. This is a LeetCode website. It's a website where you can actually check for, practice your programming skills, problem solving skills. So let's try 7 plus 10, which is 17, right? So this should return. Is there any other number that can add up to 17? Oh well, 9 and 8. Okay, so let's just remove this 9 so that it doesn't get confused. So it will return 0, 1, 2, 3. And 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 and 7. Let's try to run it. Okay, yeah, it's okay. I just hit my headphone. So yeah, it's 3 and 7. So I think this should work with all the test cases. Now, how about we try to submit? So submit will actually run through the full test cases, and it will give you the answer on whether your code is correct and whether your code is performant enough to solve the constraints. Okay, so let's try to press submit. Okay, yeah, it's successful. Yay. So, thank you for the pachi. It's LeetCode Uriel. Yes. And also Uriel, I think you're also a VTuber. Welcome. Welcome and thank you for coming to the stream. I will also check your channel later. So yeah, it's a good thing that we solved this, right? But as you can see, the runtime is 119 milliseconds, faster than 7.93%. So we're not really doing really well. In fact, it is pretty bad compared to other submissions because yeah, it's just faster than 7%. Like that means that there's 93% who are faster than us. So this algorithm that we use are probably not the best, and we can try to optimize it. Hi Bobby, hi Lucius, thank you for coming. I hope you will enjoy the stream. So how can we optimize this? Let's try this. We have two loops here, right? So one heuristic that we can use is that can we reduce this loop to just one? Or actually, this is a nested loop. Can we actually make it so that it's not nested? Can we make it so that there's a linear? Now, here's what you are expected during, for example, during job interviews or during competitive programming. You can't just arrive at the solution. You will also think of how to achieve the most optimized solution possible, right? So that means that we will need to find another way, possibly using another method to make it more optimized. The loops nested will absolutely be the source of complexity. Yes, right. So this complexity of this algorithm is O(n) squared. O(n) squared. Yeah, so I'm sure this is pretty confusing if you are not familiar with algorithm analysis, but basically we are looping through each element like twice per element, like once per element. So that means that we are doubling the size. Like for example, if we have 4 elements here, we are doing like 4 to the power of 2, so 16 comparison in the worst case. Like we compare 2 to 7, 11, 15. We compare 7 to 2, 11, 15. We compare 11 to 2, 7, 15, and those kind of things. So, let me see if I can actually think of how to solve this. So let's see. If we have a number, we should be able to check only whether target minus that number exists on the list, right? So maybe we can actually use an extra data structure to actually solve it. Like for example, a set. Like we put this all in set. We put these numbers in a set. Then if we check, and if we are looping for 2, we can check that is there 9 minus 2 in the set. Like 9 minus 2 is 7. Like is there any 7 in the set? If there's 7, then that means okay, there's a number. But if there's no 7, then we can just loop for another one. And set lookup is, especially if you're using hash set, it is O of 1. It's a constant operation, so that will definitely be more optimized. Sorry, this is a bit technical, but let's just try to implement it. Actually, I cannot use the set because the output needs index. So how about we actually use a hash map? Okay. So I'm making an assumption here. Each input will have exactly one solution, and you may not use the same element twice. that would mean that we will not have duplicates in this. Like there is no, oh wait, there is possibility of duplicates. Then how should we do this? How should we do this? Let me think. We can actually have a hash set. Let's do it kind of like this. If we have, a hash map. If we have a hash map of 2 to 1, 7 to, this is 0, this is 1, 11 to 2, and 15 to 3. So this is a mapping of the value to the index of the list. We can solve it easily by just checking the key and like getting the index. But what about if we have this? Like it will be, can we actually have a list? Wait, why do I do this? How about if we actually store it on a list? Like for example, this is 0, 7 is equal to 1, and if we have another 2, then it will be like 1, 2. Or if we use the last element is 3 and 3. No. This is 0 and 1. No, why is 3 and 3? Okay, so this should be the hash map, and if we have this, then we will get 1, 0, 2. Okay, I think this should be possible. Series ini bakal dilanjutin lagi apa cuma sekali ini aja? Mungkin bakal dilanjutin lagi, tapi mungkin juga akan ada Bob Gramming yang lainnya, karena kayaknya kalau cuma ini doang akan itu. Mungkin akan ada belajar yang dari awal, mungkin ada kita coba bikin sesuatu, misalkan kita bikin bot untuk Discord, for example. But yeah, so how about let me try to comment this out and do this. Map integer to list integer, lookup is equal to new hash map. So I'm making a hash map for, I'm just going to delete this, for lookups, and I will be doing what I call I will be looping for every number. No. A equal to 0, I plus plus. So this is the sounds that I make when I'm coding. So what I do right now is I'm going to fill up the lookup map with nums I. Okay, wait. Put if absent, I think this is the element, new array list. And I'll do lookup dot get nums dot I add I. Okay. So if there is no nums.I will create a new list, and I will put the numbers on that list. This operation should be linear. Waduh, sorry baru join, ini termasuk tingkatan advance kah? Yes, I think this is a bit more of an advanced side. So this is what you usually do when you're trying to do job interviews. Jadi ini apa yang kamu biasanya lakuin kalau misalkan kamu mau interview sebagai software engineer. So now that we have the lookup table populated, we can just do another loop. I minus nums.length, I plus plus. We can reuse the I because we don't use it anymore, like it's on the scope. Now, what we can do is that Number that we look for. Let's just look for for the bad naming sense that I have is target minus nums I. Berarti kamu udah pernah interview orang? Sudah. Aduh, sorry, ambil minum dulu. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for that. Yeah. So now that we have these numbers, now that we have this lookup table, lookup map. Bukan keceplosan, emang aku udah pernah interview orang. Aku udah pernah interview orang dan aku juga udah pernah diinterview orang. Jadi kayak aku tahu. Tadi aku keselak, jadi harus minum dulu. In number that we look for, target and nums. So we just need to check if this number are actually present in any of this element. Like, so for example, what do we do? Let's say if lookup dot get number that we look for is not null, so if the number that we look for exists, then we can actually do how should we do this? I'm thinking that we will be using a while loop. While, do we need a while loop? If this is how I look like when I'm coding. So if we found it, the base case is that we can just return it, like return like I. Okay, so the index is index is equal to index equal to lookup dot get number that we look for. No. Let's just like do like this. List integer indices. We have this one, and indices like index is equal to indices dot get the first element. But if this index is actually the same as the first one, then we need to get the second one, right? If index is equal to I, we cannot use the same one, so we will update the index to the next one. So this assumes that this makes a big assumption that if the target that we're looking for is the same number, that would mean that there will be another number in the array which have the different index. So we can just like use that. So we can just return a and index here. This is a bit convoluted. I think there should be a more simpler way to do this, but yeah, let's how about let's try. We can still just return 0, 0 here. Let's try with our examples. Okay, that still worked. How about the previous one? Bam, 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 bam. It's 9. It works, yes. It also works, this one. Okay, so how about the moment of truth? How about we submit this? Will it actually be better than before? So let's do 1, 2, 3. Ooh, index out of bounds. Index out of bounds for 3, 2, 4. Of course, right? Because there might not exist. So what we need to do here, we can't just do it like this. We need to. So we get a RTE. So this is what we call RTE on the programming competition or job interview, and that is a bad thing to happen. I forgot the case where if there's 3, 2, 4, that means when 3 is 6, then it will check like, okay, there's a 3. But then when they get a 1, it is indexed out of bounds because there is no other indexes of 3. So let's try to fix this. How should we fix this? List index if index equals to I, and So I was thinking that maybe if index is not equal to I, then we can just return this. We can return this, but on the next one, so we will be going here. Yeah, so if indices dot size is actually larger than 1, then we can do this index plus 1. No, not index plus 1. What am I saying? Index would be indices get 1. And we will do this. Okay. So this means that if the first index is not the same, then we can just return it because, yeah, it will be the solution. If the indexes are the same, we will check whether the size is actually, whether the list of indices of that number is actually, check the number of the elements of the value array. Yes, right. So if we have indices and index here, I think this should work. Like we are getting the next index and we are returning it. Let's try to run it again. Now, if you're in a programming competition, actually getting RTE will reduce your point, I think. So you better actually prepare for every cases so that you don't get RTE. 3, 2, 4. Let's try. Okay, now that is returning correctly. How about we try with our other elements? So this is 9. I don't understand, but I'm still here for watching. Thank you. Okay, still works for the previous one. What about the previous one is 3, 3. It works. The very first one, it also works. So how about we submit this? Okay, now it's working and it's getting better. Like 19 milliseconds faster than 43% of Java online submissions. So that is way better than before. Before it was 7%, now it's 43%. So we are halfway there. But I guess there's still ways to do this more. More efficient. Better than 100 something milliseconds. Yes. So that's the idea. I think that's how you kind of solve it. Like try to what do you call it? Try to What do you mean? Try to optimize it. Like if we go to discuss here, this will be kind of cheating. So I would suggest not to go to the discuss tab before you arrive on the solution. But if you go to the discuss here, there will be solutions like, okay, so like 100% faster solution explained, optimal solutions. There's a Java hash map. There's a Python tree. There's any C++, so we can actually check one of them and see how they do it and how are they. Oh, why are they code recipe? Just put it on the. Why is there on the solution on a video? No. Okay, this one maybe. Okay, yeah, so post contains key, target mean I, post get target the I, R is J. What is J? Oh, bleh. Okay. J is equal to 0. Oh, so instead of looping, they're just checking backwards. Okay, that works as well. That works as well. But actually, yeah, you know what? Let's leave it at that. This just shows how rusty my programming skills here. But actually, let's try to check something else. Can we actually filter this by easy? Yes, easy. Okay. Then we're going to next. Big brain move, yes. So yeah, I think if you're new at this, if you're new going from this, going to discuss might be intimidating because there are a lot of people more like, what do you mean, more smarter than you, like going with the clever solutions and those kind of things. But I think doing it would be what do you mean, what do you call it, like it is okay. Just go into it with the mentality of trying to learn, right? And you will get more benefit from it. Okay, so let's take a look at the second problem. Given an integer x, return true if x is a palindrome integer. An integer is a palindrome when it reads the same backward as forward. For example, 1 to 1 is a palindrome while 1 to 3 is not. Okay, so yeah, for example, 1 to 1 is true because it is a palindrome. Minus 1 to 1 is not because, yeah, minus 1 to 1, read from right to left is 1 to 1 minus. It's not a palindrome. 10 is not a palindrome because from the right is 0 and 1. Well, one easy thing to solve this is just like convert it to string and check for palindrome string, because a string palindrome is pretty yeah, check odd or even length, check every edge, right? Like checking for palindrome for string is pretty straightforward. Is there any specific integer solution that you can use? But I think let's just go with the string solution, you know. Let's try like string input is equal to x plus empty string. So this operation here in Java will convert the number to a string. And with strings, basically text, we can actually try to what do you call it? Try to access the characters using index. It does not necessarily have to convert them to char. Oh, hi Donna, thank you for coming. And yeah, I think there should be a way to do this without converting the string. But I think, yeah, let's just try to do this on the most brute force way, if I say so myself. But yeah, Donna, you might need to give me hints later on how to do it without converting the string, converting the chars. But yeah, so how do we check for palindrome? If a string is palindrome, like for example ABCBA, ABCBA, we can check if If one the first character is the same as the last character, then we can check for the next character. But if they're not the same, like for A, B, C, B, D, for example, B and D, D and A, no, A and D are not the same, so they are not palindrome, right? But if there are, then we need to check the other one. And if we ever arrive to either one character or zero character, then that means that we are arrived on a palindrome string. So how about we do this? Integer start is equal to 0, integer end is equal to input dot length, while start is smaller than end. We are going to do if input char at start does not equal to input the char at end, we just return false. It is not a palindrome. Hello Bang Bobby, hello Marama Chucky. Hello. Terima kasih sudah datang. Normal guy, hi Bobby, thank you for coming, normal guy. Hope you will enjoy the stream. So we have this, and what we need to do is move the start upwards and move the end backwards, and we can just do return true. Will this work? I don't know. Let's try. String index out of bounds. Okay, so of course, off by 1. Wow, looks complicated. Semangat Bob. Halo, thank you Ryan for coming. Terima kasih sudah datang ya. Kita lagi mencoba. Okay, we got it accepted right now. So 1 to 1 is true. How about we try minus 1 to 1? This should be false. Okay, and 10 should also be false. You have attempted to run code too soon. Please try again in a few seconds. Okay, I think it works. So how about we try submitting this? Okay, so 13 milliseconds faster than 56% of Java Online submissions. That's not a bad result. But as we have done before, let's try to check if we can actually do this without having to what do you call it? Having to convert it to string. Okay. Oh dang, I'm late. I'm late. Hi Bobby. Hi Black Robe. Thank you for coming. So we have this solution here. Let's try to comment this out and try to see if there is a pure integer solution. Let's comment this out. Okay, so we are having integer, and we know that minus numbers are definitely false, so we can just like fail early, right? If x is less than 0, then that means that return false. That will be easy because there will not be a number like minus 1 to 1 minus, right? Hello Bobby, hello Hidayat, then hello there Bob, hello Ryusei Arata, thank you for coming to the stream. We are doing some programming today. So if it's negative, then it's false, and we can just like force it to be positive, right? Oh, okay. No. If x is less than, why do we do this? We don't need to do this. So if x is negative, then return false. If x is positive, then we will need to. We would need to. Okay, so how do we do this? 1 to 1. I think palindrome numbers are divisible by 11. That is not exactly true, because 222 or 111 is also a palindrome number, right? And it's not divisible by 11. Or like, for example, I don't know, like 3 is also a palindrome number, because yeah, that's only one character, right? Okay, so the way we can do palindrome is we can get the last digit by moduloing it by 10. Right? If we have 121 and we mod it by 10, we will get 1. So we can get the first the digits from the end side using that. How can we actually get the first digit? Let me think. This will be a math problem. How can we get the first one from 121? We can divide it by 100, but how can we get 100? There are 2 integer solutions only that I can think of. Interesting. Math.pow. We can actually do that, since it will be like 2 to the power of 31 minus 1, so it will be on the integer. So we can actually try to loop until math.pow exists in Java as well, but we can try to find the exponent until which the number is not divisible by. So okay, let's exp is equal to 1 while let me try to int what do you call it, first digit, okay, is equal to 0, for example, while int temp is equal to x, while x is divided, x divided by math.pow 10 to exponent is more than 0. Not x, it's temp. So what I'm trying to do right now is actually trying to find the highest exponent that will give us the, what do you call it, exponent plus plus. Oh, we can actually use this x, not temp. Why do I need to x? And we don't need first digit. Okay, so I'm basically dividing x by 10, by 100, by 1000, up until this is true. So when x is 0, then that means, yeah, the first digit is x minus 1. I think this should work. So now that we have the exponent, what we need to do is while some condition, we would need to int first digit is equal to x divided by math.pow10. Can math.pow, does math.pow returns integer? I forgot. Is it double? And last digit is equal to x modulo 10. And we compare first digit and last digit. So if first digit and last digit is not the same, then we just return false. And we return true back here. How about if they're the same? If they're the same, then that means we would need to move it forward. Like we can do if x still larger than 0, for example. Bang, how long have you been in coding? I think currently 7 years, 8 years, I forgot. Oh, you're doing the challenge to get the fastest runtime you can. Yes, Black Robe. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove exponent by 1, and we're going to first no. So I'm going to modulo x with math.pow10x. Hopefully this is correct, I don't know. And I will then divide by 10. I mean, that's a long time because I included the time I first started learning it. I think I started learning it from very young. Well, not exactly the programming that I do know right now, but like web development and those kind of things. So I kind of put it in as well. Exponent minus. What do you mean, Donna? Hi, Bobby. Hi, Uda. Okay, so let's try to do this. Ooh, this is so nasty. This is so dirty. I don't really like this algorithm. But let's try if this actually worked. I think I will get some compile errors. Yes, right. Incompatible types, possibly lossy conversion. Okay, right. So how about I just convert it to int? Ooh, it worked for some reason. Ooh, it doesn't work for this one. Your method seems complicated. Why not just extract digit, compare front and back? Yeah, I did that before. And it worked as expected. But this means that we are converting the input to a string, right? And then we compare it with start and end. So that worked, but I was trying to find if we can actually have any like math solution that deals with the integers directly. And this is exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm extracting the digit, but it's not working. Pop Sentelat, hello Ultra Sky, thank you for coming. You can do the first solution with int. Okay. 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 I think that could work. I can reverse the number and check if they're the same. Actually, that will be pretty simple. If x is less than 0, then return false. You know what? Let me try to reverse the number. Reversed is equal to 0. Hence, string is just an array of char. Yeah, that works as well. Why did I not think of that? But yeah, I think there's another solution here. Like, for example, while x... int temp is equal to x. While temp is bigger than 0, we can just do reversed plus equal to temp modulo. No. Reverse equal to reversed times 10. Reverse multiplied by 10 because we want to move it one digit forward, and then we will do temp modulo by 10. Yes, and then temp is divided by 10. Okay, so this should be reversed, and then we can just return x is equal to reversed. Will this work? Ooh, that's true. Let's try one further away. It's not a value of type integer. Okay, so this is too many. False. How about one more? Okay, yeah, that's working. This should be palindrome. Okay, that should be working. Well, I think this should work. You know what? Let's try to submit it. Ooh, it's accepted. Okay. Yeah, that works. And yeah, Donna's another solution is actually putting the digits into an array using the same method, I think, by getting the digit one by one, and then getting the basically just reversing the list and then doing the same thing with the string that we did earlier. Seeing Donna backseating Bobby is legendary. Hey, but I didn't use the backseat that Donna gave me. Okay, and actually there's a solution here. Revert half the number. Ooh. Reverted number times 10. Okay, so this is an optimization that an optimization number that they do. Okay. Yeah. Palindrome and need help, right? But anyway, we solved that. How about we go jump into the next time? Similar runtime, it looks like. I think so. But maybe we don't need the extra space. Yeah, because one digit has 8 bytes. No, I think one string character has 8 bytes or 16 bytes depending on your encoding, I think. No, not 8 byte. 8-bit. 8-bit or 16-bit depending on your encoding. So I think this should be more efficient in terms of space complexity. But yeah, maybe it's negligible in this particular case. So, okay, that's palindrome. Let's take a look at the next one. Roman to integer. Roman numerals are represented by 7 different symbols. I, V, X, L, C, D, and M. How many of you know this actually? I think many people actually knows up to X, and they don't know up to like L, C, D, and M because it's rarely used. For example, 2 is written as II in Roman numeral, just 2 ones added together. 12 is written as XII, which is simply X plus 2. The number 27 is written as XX phi II, which is XX plus phi plus II. Lamau, this is one of the intro ones they suggested to me on creating the account. Yeah, Roman numerals are usually written largest to smallest from left to right. However, the numeral for 4 is not 4 of ones. Instead, the number 4 is written as 1, 5. Because the 1 is before the 5, we subtract it by making 4. The same principle applies to the number 9, which is written as IX. There are 6 instances where subtraction is used. I can be placed before V and X to make 4 and 9. X can be placed before L and 50. No, before L, 50, and C, 100 to make 40 and 90. C can be placed before D and M to make 400 and 900. I remember it because C for century and M for millennia. Ooh, that's so good mnemonic. Well, this is so much work at writing down the if conditions, I know. I know, I think. Do you want me to do this, or should I actually check for another one? Because I hate this one. Very tedious. Yeah, I think it's just ad hoc, right? It's just ad hoc things that you do. So for example, let's just try like if there's I, then we have 1, then the second one is I. Yeah, this seems like something you have to brute force. You know what? Let's try to skip this problem. This is true brute forcey, and I don't really like it. It's not elegant. Well, maybe there's a way to solve it in an elegant way, but yeah. Ooh, longest common prefix. This is interesting. Write a function to find the longest common prefix string among an array of strings. This is pretty typical interview question, actually. So if there's a flower, flow, and flight, the common prefix is FL, right? And if there's a dog, race car, and a car, there are no common prefix, so the output is empty. Okay, one brute force way to solve this is, of course, to just like go through each character one by one, like do a simple loop, checking each of the element, like F. Like, you know what? Let's try to implement the brute force, right? We'll be looping for each of the characters. No. Let me guess before Donna did. You start the input from the shortest to longest? Will that actually work? I'm not sure. So let me think of the brute force solution that I am thinking of. We have the string result here is equal to. No. Let's not build with result. We use string builder. And at the end, we can just like return result dot to string. I strings dot length I++. You know what? If you didn't realize, I really love problem solving. That's why I usually play puzzle games, and now I'm doing LeetCode because doing puzzles like this is actually pretty fun for me, for relaxing my mind. It's kind of funny, like you relax your mind by actually making it work harder. what's String Builder? String Builder is a class in Java that allows you to build strings that is efficient. So you can also construct strings like this, right? So for example, A plus B plus C plus D or whatnot. Like basically, you can concat strings together using plus operator. But this is a pretty expensive operation because whenever you concat two strings together, it will basically allocate a new string and copying them, the characters all together, right? So this is a bit too expensive. Like if you are dealing with many strings, then it will like hurt your complexity very much. So String Builder is a way to avoid that. Basically, you defer actually joining the string until the very end. Bobby, bisakah kamu menyelesaikan masalahku? Hello Bobby, good luck on practicing. Hey, thank you Samuel Chan. Thank you. Sekarang aku lagi. Now I'm practicing. Your brain is an M for being relaxed by putting stress into it. Oh my god. I'm not an M. I am a B, Bobby. But anyway. So now, what do we do here? Dun, 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 dun. So the I here is actually the index of the string, the character. Now we will also need to loop through the no, this is actually not the strings.length. You know what? The first loop shouldn't be this one. It should be while. And then if let me think. As a C# programmer, it's nice to watch a VTuber doing Java code. It's enjoyable to watch, and I learn you something as well from the stream. Thank you, Tracer. Thank you for coming, and I really glad you're enjoying the stream. Hopefully, it will be pretty easy to follow for you as well. I forgot all about how strings work in Java. Yeah, that's how it works. Okay, so basically what we need. You know what? Let's do it like this. Integer I is equal to 0. I is equal to strings first dot length. This is wrong. I plus plus. And for integer j is equal to 1. J strings dot length. Char now is actually strs. No, not 1, 0. 0 char at a I. Okay, now we get the char of the first character of the first string. Then we will check for every other string. Do they have the same character? If let me know. Char compare strings at j, char at I. Okay, so if now is not equal to compare, then we can just return, right? If we find one string that doesn't have that doesn't have like the same character, then yeah, I think this should actually do it. And if it's the same, then we result add now. No, append. Result append now, and we are moving back to the second character. Okay, let's try this. Will it actually work? Classics. What? Oh, this is still while. I meant for. Missing return value. This just return result string. Unless there is some hash magic, don't see a way to do better than going through each character. Maybe. Let's try to think of an optimization later on. Ooh, it's wrong. Why is it wrong? Because it got the F right. Hey, wait. It's yeah, so for this so now will be strings 0, char at I would be 0, so that will be F, and we will be looping for the next strings. Oh, of course, this is I, this should be J. Index out of bounds exception. Index out of bounds exception. Okay, of course, I need to check if a strings.j okay, I can see another issue that might rise up from this. What do you call? Well. I think that won't be an issue though. Dot length is less than I. It's less than or equal to I. Then return. So if the string we're conferring right now, like flow, is shorter than the next string, then yeah, we can just like, we cannot find any more any like longest common prefix if one of the strings has terminated. So I think that should work. Nani? Of course. Yeah. The problems of, ooh, this is not right. Right. Yeah, I put the result append on the wrong line. So flower seems to work. Let's do this. That seems to work. Can we make our simple? Ah. Okay, that works, but that means the complexity of this problem would be like m times n of m times n, where m is the number of elements of the input array, and n is the longest, well, not longest, the shortest length of the array, right? So how about we try to... Oh, but the length is actually pretty short, so I think that should be okay. Let me try to submit this. Oh, it's 2 milliseconds. It's 2 milliseconds. I'm pretty satisfied with this. I'm pretty satisfied with this. Is there anyone who have another different solution in the chat? Yeah, it should be fine with ON square kinda. Yeah, because the input constraint is pretty low. Like it's only like 200 in length. Let's try to check the solution here. Horizontal scanning. I think this is what we do. Ooh, it's even calling for substring. Oh, Vest, where S is the sum of all characters in the string. Well, this is basically the same thing, yeah. You scan from first character back. Yes, yes. Otaku macet. So I think this solution should be one of the most efficient for this. For this, what do you mean? For this problem. I want to learn predefined functions more in Java. If there are solutions about tackling those, I'm interested. I see. I think in Java there's not much predefined functions. I mean, there are libraries, but Java is pretty bare. Well, I guess starting from Java 8, 9, 10, they start adding more stuff into it. But like for example, if in Kotlin you have a lot of helper functions, right? A lot of lightweight helper functions that could actually do things more fluent. But I think Java is pretty explicit in that regard. There are other ways, but it seems like O and L is optimal. Yeah, I think so too. You know what? Let's stop for this problem and let's tackle the next one. And I think the next one will be my last, depending on how long it took me. All right. The other one you could do like count the prefix after you generate all the prefixes, but I think it will be slower. Okay, that's good to know. Oh, this should be pretty easy. Given a string S containing just the characters open parents, open curly braces, and open square brackets. You know, there are a lot of different ways that people use to call these symbols, but parents, braces, and brackets, which is what I usually do, which I usually use. An input string is valid if open brackets must be closed by the same type of brackets. Open brackets must be closed in the correct order. This one is classic since you need it. Yeah, that's true. Sorry for bothering you with my suggestion, but so far I'm currently satisfied with watch. No. That's not bothering me at all. And thank you. I really love the input. So if you have any other comments, then please feel free to type it on the chat. This one is classic since you need it to make calculator. Yeah, I think we can just use either we can use either recursion or a stack. But I think, I really don't like to use recursion if I can help it because, the Stack Overflow problem. So I think we can just use a stack here. So the idea here is that we are going to put all of the open parentheses, open brackets to the stack. And if we encounter a closed bracket, then we will check if the topmost of the stack is the same type of bracket. And if it is, then we continue. But if it is not, then it is not a valid parenthesis. So it will be false. So let's just try to do this. Let's construct the stack. Oh, character. Stack is equal to new stack. And then, what should you do? we are making a loop here. No, actually we don't need the index, so we can do char c as to char array. Now let's do this. If c is equal to close open bracket, or c is equal to this one, or c is equal to this one, then stack.push c. Now if it's not like that, then else let me try to, if I can actually make this conditions a little bit simpler. But okay, if stack is empty, then we can just return false, because that means we already out of opening brackets, but we still encounter like closing brackets, so it's not valid anymore. If stack is not empty, we can pop the stack. And if the condition, I hate to write the condition here. If if top is this one and c is this one. Oh wait, actually that's this one. Okay, let's make this more clear. So if c is a closing bracket of this, and c top is not boolean, it's not this. This is the first condition. Or c is equal to closing bracket of this, and top is not open bracket of this, or c is equal to this one, and top is equal to, it's not equal to this one. Then we can just return false, and at the end we can return true. Let me see if I actually did this correctly. Ooh, it's true. How about this one? Oh. Okay, it's correct. How about we do nested one, like bam, 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 wait. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, this should be true. Okay, it's true. How about I didn't count. This shouldn't be the same. If it's the same, then I will amaze myself, but it should be false. Ooh, this is true. I see. Then, yeah, I forgot this. So if we arrive at the end and the stack is not empty, then it will be false. Let's try again. Yeah, it's correct. Okay. I think this should be it. Let me try to submit. Woo! 2 milliseconds, faster than 81%. I probably knew what stack was when I was in college. Now the only stack I know is Stack Overflow. Well, yeah, you're not wrong. Stack is basically a data structure that has the LIFO behavior. So last in, first out. So the idea here is that if you have if for example you have this kind of string, right? Right? You have this string, and you have the stack. What you do here is basically if you encounter an open brace, you will put it on the stack. So you will put all three of them because they are all open braces in the stack. Like so, the stack will have something like, let's say that the left side is the top, right? So we will have something like this. We say the top. And then when we encounter this one, it's not an opening brace, so we pop the stack, like we pop the first one and check if this one is actually matching with this one. And it does, so yeah, it pops and it moves on to the next one, right? And do it again, we pop the stack and it moves to the next one. Why do we use stack instead of just like maybe a list or a queue? Because we want to ensure that the last opening brace that we encounter was properly closed. Was closed by the thing that you're what was I trying to say? The current closing bracket that we meet, the C one, the current closing bracket is actually the closing bracket, the matching pair of the last opening bracket that we encounter. This reminds me the in and out stack programming back in college. Bobby, your opinion, which is more efficient, first in and out or push and pop stacking? What is first in and out? Is it first in, first out? Like Vivo? Because that is not stack, that is a queue. But I think which is more efficient, I think it depends on the problem. Like different problem requires different method to solve. So maybe if we want to solve this, we can use stack. But maybe if we want to, I don't know, solve a breadth first search, for example. Breadth first search, we can use queue because yeah, we want to this is a tree algorithm, but if we want to traverse a tree using breadth first search, then we will need a queue because yeah, we will basically process the nodes as we encounter them. So yeah. But okay, so that's this problem. I think we only solved this in under 5 minutes, so that's good. Let's try to get another one. Oh, merge to sorted list. Well, isn't this pretty easy? You were given the heads of two sorted lists, list 1 and list 2. Merge the two lists in one sorted list. The list should be made by splicing together the nodes of the first two lists. Return the head of the merged list. This is pretty easy. Isn't this just one step of merge sort? Yeah. Understood. I remember in college when my professor talking about it, first in and first out and push and pop at the same time, so I thought they're under one category. They are usually be taught in the same session, queue and stack and queue. But yeah, they have very different behavior and they can be used for different kind of problems. But yeah, they're usually are being taught under the same category. But as Aqua said, this is just one step of merge sort indeed. So yeah, how about we just try it? We can do something like, we can prepare a dummy list node. New list node 0, whatever the value is not important. And while list 1 is not null and list 2 is not null. Nggak paham kode-kodean. Hai Kazu, thank you for coming. Terima kasih sudah datang. Iya ya, nggak paham kode-kodean. Ntar apa? Nggak jadi deh. Tapi nggak apa-apa, semoga tetap bisa chilling dengan BGM-nya dan dengan aku ASMR ngetik-ngetik kode. So while list 1 is not null and list 2 is not null, we will need to compare the value of each list. So if list 1 dot val is smaller than list 2 dot val, is there any constraints here? Both list 1 are stored in a non-decreasing. Splicing together the nodes of the first two lists. Okay, so we cannot. I see. We cannot create a new list, but instead we are going to splice them together. Apa kamu bikin penasaran? Bobby, apa yang kamu nggak bisa? Aku tidak bisa apa ya? Aku tidak bisa gambar. Kazu gambarnya jauh lebih bagus dari aku. But everyone, please give a greeting to Kazu Rosen. She's an amazing artist and a friend of mine. So if you haven't followed Kazu, then please go ahead and follow her. Bohong, enak aja. Enggak bohong. Aku tidak bohong, kamu yang bohong. Tidak bisa melupakan OC, itu benar juga, betul. But anyway, let's continue. I was distracted. So list node current is equal to dummy, and we return dummy.head here. So if list 1 is smaller than list 2, then we are going to set current.next is equal to list 1. And we move it forward. List 1 is equal to list 1.next. Else, current.next is list 2. And list 2 is equal to list 2.next. Oh, we also need to move the current is equal to current.next. Okay. Let's distract Bobby. No, Kazu, no. I cannot code if you distract me. I'm Bobby big fan. Wow. I'm also Kazu's big fan. So, what is like how what will happen if two people fan each other? But anyway. Okay, so we should have finished trying to concat the two lists together, but one corner case here if the list is different in length. So let's try to handle that as well. Well, list is not equal to null, then current.next is equal to list 1 is equal to list 1.next, and current is no current. Okay, that's we only need that. If list 2 is equal to null, current.next is list 2. Suaranya Bobby Kemen. Wah, thank you. No, that is cringe. But anyway, I think I'm done. Let's try. Ooh, error cannot find symbol. I mean, dummy.next. Why is dummy.head? Okay, so it seemed to be working. How about empty? Uh, 1, 3, 4. Okay, that's nice. It's working. And what if we have two different lists? Okay, it seemed to be working. Then should we submit this? I think let's do it. 1 millisecond, faster than 65% of Java Online submissions. That's not bad. That's not bad. We were able to do this pretty efficiently. So sorry, I was just stretching my body because we have been sitting here for almost 2 hours. Nice, yes, it's really nice. Python made me forget data structure. Will you teach us the basic of programming, Bob? Like things that needed to be able to understand how things go, maybe? I plan to do that. But yeah, I actually was planning to do Codecademy stream before doing LeetCode. But sadly, okay, so I was planning to use Codecademy to learn Python with you. But sadly, Python 3 is a paid course and not a free course. So I was really thinking like I can use the Python 2 course, but Python 2 is pretty much obsolete right now. All of the people are using Python 3. So I don't want to teach you some obsolete technologies, right? So the solution would be either I get the Codecademy Pro and teach you the Python course, but I think that will be against the terms of use because I will be streaming paywall content, right? If Bobby simping Kazu, simp Kazu. If Kazu simping Bobby, simp Bobby. Error infinite loop. Hello Bobby, hello Hilwan Febrian. Terima kasih sudah datang. But yeah, Ultra Sky, I think that is definitely on my stream plan, but I still trying to find a way on how to do it correctly. So currently, yeah, I'm just practicing this LeetCode thing. Remove duplicates from sorted array. Okay, this is interesting. Let me use this as our last problem. Given an integer array nums sorted in non-decreasing order, remove the duplicates in place such that each unique element appears only once. The relative order of the elements should be kept the same. Okay. Since it's impossible to change the length of an array in some languages, you must have the result be placed in the first part of the array nums. More formally, if there are k elements after removing the duplicates, then the first k elements of nums should hold the final result. Alright. It does not matter what you leave beyond the first k elements. Okay. Return k after placing the final result in the first k slots of nums. Interesting. Scratch is fun graphical programming language for learning programming concept. Yes, Scratch, the visual programming language. It's often used for teaching programming for kids, but I think it introduces a pretty solid. Oh, you know what? That is actually a good idea. I think I might actually be able to do Scratch streams. Amazing. Thank you, Aqua. let me put that into my note, and I will try to make it into my stream. Given an integer... Okay, wait, why did I read it again? Return k after placing the final result in k slots of nums. Okay, do not allocate extra space for another array. You must do this by modifying the input array in place with O1 constant extra memory. Int nums, int expected nums. Remove duplicates. Okay. If 112, you will return 12, okay? If 11001, I think this is pretty simple. Is Scratch similar to learning pseudocode, Sakura? Oh, yeah. I think it's not really pseudocode because you can actually run it. Like you can take variables. You can you basically move around building blocks like if blocks or loops or conditionals if blocks or variables and those kind of things. And yeah, basically chain them together to make some logic, to make some algorithm. For me, doing programming is just understanding the logic of the code you're writing and learning the tools to apply this coding. That's my take, though. That is actually correct. Like in real life, that is mostly what you will be doing. Like you're trying to understand the problem, you're translating into code, and you're going to ensure that it will be working. Okay, so onto the problem at hand. I think we can solve this by keeping several pointers. Like we will be keeping the pointers. We will be keeping the pointers to which element should we actually put it. And let's see. This will be a pointer game. So say for example we have this array. Why are you have? We can have a pointer here that checks if 0, and we can have another pointer that look for. Is this sorted? Is this element sorted? Okay, so it's a sorted array. So the first element should be on the first index anyway, so we can just skip this. We can start from the second element. From the second element, we can check if oh, and we can have another okay, so we might need 3 pointers. What the heck? Yeah, previous pointer, previous number pointer, position pointer, so position where we want to put it, and the current pointer where we want to check. Okay, so for example like this, previous is 0, pos is 1, and current is 1, and we will be checking if the number in current is the same as previous or not. If it's the same, then we move current forward, and if it's not the same, we're going to change this. We're going to move this into this and move this forward, and I'm going to move this forward. Yeah, I think that should work. And if we arrive at this, we're going to change this by this, and we move this forward, and we can just move this more forward. Yeah, I think that should work. Let's try to do this. So we will have 3 pointers, and pos is equal to, like, let's do some edge case checking. If lums.length is less than 1, then just return nums. Okay, 1, and current is 1. Okay. So what we do here is while current is less than nums.length, what should we do? If current is not equal to pref, then nums at pos, we put it to, we put cur to position, and we increment position. And should we increment cur again? No, I think we can increment cur other. So if it's not the same, then we can just move cur forward. And then I think that should be, we can just return pos. Is this correct? I think it should be correct. Oh, we don't update pref actually. Pref is cur. Class interface, la 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 la. Oh, there's still these arrows. Yeah, what about pref? Yeah, I forgot to. Nani? Oh, returns nums.length. Does Java have enumerator variables? Yes, they do. ちょっと待って。Okay, so apparently my solution doesn't work. Enumerator variables. Can you clarify what do you mean by enumerator variables? If you mean like looping, enumerating, like enums, like for example, enum foo, like bar, buzz, cooks, like kind of this. Or is it like enumerator for enumerating like some set of elements or any? Oh yeah. That's possible. Like there's an enum in Java. So chicken. No. Yeah. Usually it's chicken, milk, and cheese. So that's possible. Okay. Seems like our solution doesn't work. Let me try to debug this. Bobby mixing stream when? Interesting. I think if there is a song that I am working on and I want to mix it on stream, then I will be doing it. But I think currently every song is on the writing phase. So yeah, I don't really have anything to mix yet. So I don't think there will be no mixing stream anytime soon. Of course. This is what you should do. Is this working? Bam! It's working. It seems to be working. Okay, it seemed to be working. Let's try to run this. Am I missing anything? What if it is all repeated? Okay, it seems to be working. Then let's try to submit. Woo! 1 millisecond, faster than 92% of Java Online submissions. That's nice. Okay, so we did it somehow. Yeah, is there anyone that have any questions for how I'm doing this? So basically we're just like replacing the numbers using the what do you call it, the pointers here. We have 3 pointers that will actually help us to move things around and this kind of things. So yeah, it's already 2 hours, so I think I will be ending my stream here. That has been a pretty good practice run. I'm still I feel like I have been getting back up to speed. I think I might do this another time to ensure that I still can do anything, and we will be probably meeting more difficult problems. Like I am only doing easy problems for this stream, but we might do like medium or hard things going forward. But yeah, Bobby is speed. Good jobby, Bobby. Thank you for the compliment. So, judging from what I saw, Java is a very powerful programming tool. It's such amazing to see coding work. Yes. It's really amazing. Well, I personally use Kotlin right now. A lot of these are one-line functions in Python. I know Python is very concise. Testimoni saya setelah menonton ini, IQ saya tidak jongkok. Semoga ya. 1K celebration? Are we in 1K? Black Rope, are you kidding me? No, we're not 1K yet. I don't know. But we're pretty close. I don't know how that happened, but oh my god, what should I do? What should I do for 1K? I don't know actually. Almost 1K. Wow. Let me think about something. But if you have anything, if you have any what do you call it? Any suggestion on what I should do for 1K, then please give me ideas. Tumpengan. Susah nyari tumpeng di sini ya. Harus bikin sendiri dan aku nggak jago masak. Okay, so yeah, I will be ending the stream today. I will be ending the stream now, and for the next stream, it will be on Saturday. I will be having a collab, a Japanese class collab, so Nihongo class collab with Sulin, Sulin channel. She is my friend, a streamer and an utaite. And it will be on Sulin's channel. So I think I will be posting it on my Twitter on the day of the collab. So yeah, please, if you haven't, then please follow my Twitter and follow the update there. Otsu Bobby, okay, Otsu Bang Bobby, thank you. And yeah, I will be ending now. Then Otsu Moonlight, everyone, thank you for coming. Bye bye.